In the fast-paced world of Warzone 2, the difference between life and death can be as little as a few notches on a setting slider. So if you're looking to dominate the field out in our Mazrah, here are the best settings to go with.
Getting your sensitivity setting right is hugely important for any FPS, and it's all about finding that perfect balance between speed and precision. You need to stay nice and nimble so you can wheel round on an enemy no matter where they appear from, but you don't want your crosshair flying to the other side of the screen every time you think too hard about touching the joystick. Obviously, there's going to be a certain amount of personal preference here, but I find that setting both the horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity to 6 should put you right in the sweet spot.
Shooting from the hip is all well and good when you're letting rip with an automatic weapon at close range, but you're also going to spend a good amount of time aiming down your sights to pull off those perfect head and upper chest shots. To help you quickly make those little adjustments, setting the ADS sensitivity multiplier to 0.85 should give you just the level of control that you're looking for. This makes it less sensitive than default, meaning precision can come all the more easily to you.
To help you pop heads with even greater accuracy, Warzone 2 also comes with a variety of aim assists that slow your aim down a little when you've got your crosshairs on an enemy. While the default option is perfectly fine, Black Ops is the best one to go for, slowing your aim down just a bit as you close in on your target to help you make those final micro adjustments.
Getting into the slightly more technical stuff, the aim response curve options basically determine the relationship between what you're doing with the sticks and what you see on the screen. With a standard response curve, the game will try to counteract any accidental movements that you might make by monitoring for unusually heavy inputs, jerking to the left or right for instance, and then automatically doing an in-game movement in the opposite direction to keep the screen nice and stable. If you're a bit of a klutz, then this might be worth trying. The linear option removes this monitoring entirely, meaning your inputs are exactly matched. However, the one that tends to be the winner once you've acclimatized to it is dynamic, which moves your aim faster the longer you push the stick, making it easier to move the camera around quickly and prevent anyone sneaking up on you. However, it also then slows your aim back down towards the end of a given input or aiming down sights, so that you can still shoot with precision. Lovely.
As with the last Warzone, and with just about any FPS really, the lower you can put your dead zones, the more deadly you'll be. The dead zone is the tiny area in which you can move the joystick without the game registering it as an input. So while turning them right down to wherever you feel comfortable might initially make things feel a little volatile, once you get used to it, you'll find that you're aiming with an even greater degree of control. And at that point, the true dead zone will be wherever you go.
Like in many Battle Royale games, it's important to hit the ground running in Warzone 2 by picking a good point on the map to drop in and then quickly setting about your business. To help you get your boots on the ground even faster, you can turn off the parachute auto-deploy setting and pull the cord manually a little closer to the ground, cutting down on the amount of time you spend delicately floating down to Earth. Just make sure you remember that you've turned it off, otherwise you might end up hitting the ground faster than is tactically advisable.
Warzone 2 also offers a couple of button layouts to choose between, and obviously as an Xbox gamer, you're able to head into the accessories app whenever you like to cook up an entire configuration of your own. If you're using a controller with extra paddles like the Elite Series 2, it's possible you'll want to build your layout around that. But for anyone with a more standard gamepad, the tactical button layout option is probably the best. With it, your crouching, sliding and diving are all mapped to the right thumbstick, which means your thumb never has to leave it. You stay super mobile, but you can still pull off vital moves like drop shotting.
Auto tactical sprint was all the rage back when slide cancelling was a thing, but with that particular maneuver no longer available in Warzone 2, there's really no reason to have it turned on anymore. By turning this off, you retain the ability to move slow and careful when you want to, safe in the knowledge that your tactical sprint is only ever a quick button press away.
Warzone 2 comes with a much more involved looting system than the original game, allowing you to carry extra items around in your backpack and even pinch the stuff being carted around by fallen players, which is great. But obviously you don't want to spend ages deliberating over bits of loot to take and which to leave. nor do you want to accidentally end up reloading when you're trying to grab something. So to make your looting quicker and easier, be sure to set the interact/reload behavior option to prioritize interact. With this setting, hitting the button once will grab any loot that's in arm's reach, allowing you to rapidly snatch stuff, while holding it will allow you to reload.
Lastly, Mazrah is a pretty dangerous place to be, so you're going to want to keep yourself as well armored as possible. The best way to do that is to set armor plate behavior to apply all, which allows you to replace all of your damaged armor plates with just a single button press rather than doing them all individually.
With these settings selected, you can consider yourself locked, loaded, and ready to win. Feel free to fire any of your own suggestions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more advice on all things Xbox. Bye!